And they decided a while ago they were gonna jump into this LED light bulb game, but they really decided they were gonna do it very different than anybody else out there. And we have an amazing package tonight. And I will tell you, I think I am the HSN expert when it comes to LED lights. I'm very sensitive to lights. I have to have the right lights. And if you've ever gone shopping for these new LED lights and you walk into that giant hardware store and you see that dumb wall, I will sit there for hours and hours trying to figure out what light do I need. And for me, it's what color light do I need, because I'm super sensitive to it. So I was all in when I got to launch this tonight, because I was like, yes, thank you, Whirlpool, for doing it right. These are dimmable. That's a huge feature. LED lights, you're actually getting a huge value. If you were to get just 3 of our equivalent to 60 watts online on hsn.com right now, do you know 3 of these are $39.95? And those are a customer pick for 3. We have doubled the offer. So tonight, you're getting 6 total. You get 5 of the 9 watts, which is the 60 watt equivalent, and you get 1 6 watt, which is the 40 watt equivalent of a traditional bulb. All of that with a 5-year manufacturer's warranty on a light bulb that's shatter resistant, that stays super cool. And the biggest deal is you're gonna love how much money you're gonna save, because this pack is gonna save you ready for this? About actually more than $700. And all you did was screw in a new light bulb. That's all you gotta do. A 22+ year lifespan. It's huge. So this is a really grand night. All you have to decide is which color do you want. This was one of my most exciting moments when I found out we have a choice of. So we're gonna put up my lamps so I can show you what you're gonna choose tonight. And I would do it right now, I wouldn't wait. On the left side of your screen, those are what are called the bright white lights. So those are the bright white bulbs on your left. On your right, and this is what the vast majority of us are looking for, this is called the soft white. So you're choosing, do you want the bright white? Those are great for like the bathroom, where you really want to finally see how to put your makeup on. You're gonna go nuts over the bright white, right? Or you want the soft light, which is the closest equivalent to that traditional light that we're used to all the time. For me, it's a pack of both. And then we have auto ship, so get this is really cool. I'll explain auto ship and then we'll jump into, Carrie's gonna tell you all about it. But I love auto ship because you'll wanna change out all your lights around your house. Well, you can buy them all right tonight if you need to. You know, if you need several sets, I would be all in, because I think FlexPay is amazing. You can get 1 set home for $12.49. But if you wanna get a lot of sets and you wanna secure tonight's value and price, which is huge, you can use our auto ship and you can cancel it, you could slow it down, whatever you wanna do. And literally up through 1 year, March of 2017, you can get a shipment every 90 days. So ultimately, in a very affordable way, you can change out all the light bulbs in your home. All right, we got a lot to get to. Let's talk to Carrie, and I'm gonna show you how long they last as well. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, I love this graphic we're about to show everybody. Let's talk about the length of time that you will never have to get up on a ladder and change that stupid bulb on the roof.
Yeah, this is a great B-roll representative. There's Grace. She's just born. She's a baby. She comes home from the hospital. And then she's a little toddler, right? Just several years later, she's walking around, she's starting to talk. Then she becomes a child. She's maybe playing soccer, she's got a giraffe on the wall, but then her style changes. She becomes a teenager, right? You see how the walls are changing? Then she gets into high school and college, and that's the beauty of it. One of your light bulbs is going to last over 22.5 years, 22.8 years to be specific, because at Whirlpool, the quality goes in the bulb before the name goes on the package. And if you replaced all of the lights in your house, you're talking about an energy savings of 85% less. Now, here's how it began, right? So these are the bulbs that we're used to, right? Going all the way back to Edison, right? This is an incandescent bulb. It does a great job. We're used to it, but it shatters when you drop it. It burns out in approximately, the average is about 11 months, right? So it's not cost effective, and it burns 90% of its energy is lost in heat distribution. And so everybody decided, oh, we got to do something more efficient. We got to do something more cost effective. So they created this. Now, this is nothing more, nothing less than a fluorescent light bulb. Notice how it's a curly cue? Because it's a tube.
So it's like that annoying office light above your head.
Yeah, the one that goes zzz, zzz,
yeah, in a
zzz,
tube.
and gives you a headache, right? It also has mercury in it, so it's a nightmare to dispose of. There's a very stringent disposal protocol, or if you break it, now you've got mercury in your house, so that's out. This is the beautiful, brand new, state-of-the-art Whirlpool LED light. Imagine this lasting 22.5 years. Well, you're getting 6 of them. This one light bulb replaces 25 light bulbs. Come back here with me. We took this tube of plexiglass and we filled it with 150 lights.
So that's equivalent to our today's special.
Today's special right here, this 6-pack replaces 150 incandescent light bulbs. But it gets better because it saves 85% on your energy costs. Now think about the trips back and forth to the store, climbing up and down the ladder. One light bulb goes out in a multi-bulb fixture and it's unsightly, so now you gotta go back and change that. One pack tonight replaces 150 of these obsolescent bulbs. And why are they obsolete? Because the government's mandated that these are going away. Because we've decided we can do better. So the 100 watts, the 75 watts, you can't bring them into the country anymore. And soon the 40 and the 60 will be gone. So now's the time to update because they won't be available. Yeah, see now, the CFLs, look, they are unsightly.
Plus they're so ugly, and the light they give off is horrendous.
They take a long time to warm up, by the way, and if you lose one, so here's the difference with our light bulb. Look, one's out. How you have to be in Cirque du Soleil to get to that fixture and get that bulb replaced, and it's just downright dangerous, and you probably say to yourself, well, let me just replace all of them and then not have to worry about it for 2 decades.
That's crazy.
That's why this is such a phenomenal value.
And how many of you look at your house right now? If you just looked at all the annoying light bulbs that are too high for you to get easily, and that could be, by the way, as simple as a ceiling fan you can't reach. How annoying is that? I mean, think about it, you walk around and go, that drives me crazy. Your honey-do list is this long, just changing out burnt light bulbs. Or you get these tonight. If you only replace the most hard to reach bulbs, you will be so happy. You'll be like, I don't have to think about that dumb bulb up there in the ceiling for 22 years. Oh my gosh, it's almost hard to get your head around. So we're gonna talk about some of the features too, because
yeah, completely energy efficient, replaces, as I mentioned, 150 of those traditional incandescent bulbs. It's gonna save you over 85% of electricity than traditional bulbs. And when we talk about that, the 6-pack alone is over $700 over the life. If you got one bright and one soft, that's $1,400 in savings.
Right.
And we're talking 22.8 years, and it's based on the average usage of about 3 hours a day. And once again, we have the state-of-the-art Whirlpool. It's easily one of the most, if not the most trusted appliance brand in the country. Currently, there's a Whirlpool product in over 44 million homes. So they take their time and they're doing it right because it stays cool. So it lasts for 22 plus years and it's shatterproof.
And what's nice is this is the largest configuration. We've never had our LED lights as a today's special.
This is it.
And I'm telling you, I am a mini expert when it comes to light bulbs. Yeah. Really a mini expert. Here it is. Hubby, you, whatever, you get up on that dumb ladder, you're going, and you know what? You've let that be, it's been out for months,
right,
maybe years.
You just put up for it. Yeah. And because they explode.
And then the little kitty goes past it and it's a mess. Here you drop it, they're shatter resistant. And you'll love how cool they are. That's one of my favorite features about changing to these light bulbs. I didn't really realize that, and I was reluctant. I really was. And because I'm very sensitive to light, I'm super sensitive to light, the traditional LEDs drive me crazy. I cannot physically stand it. So I'm the one who's literally looking at that crazy wall of LED lights at the hardware store and spending, I'm telling you, a good 45 minutes going, well, is this one, and what's the color of this one? Right. And daggone it, I couldn't figure it out. So I bring home a set, and they're too bright for me. They're too white, believe it or not. So I'd take them back, and then I'm trying to find, it's over tonight. You've got your choice, and here's what I would do. If you want the one for the makeup mirrors, or maybe you're a hobbyist like I am, where I would use the bright whites would be when I'm doing my scrapbooking, my stamping. You're a hobbyist, a coin collector, you collect stamps, or you have a sewing area, or it's your bathroom, where you just need to be able to see to do your makeup and your hair. That's where I would typically, and people typically use in the kitchen, the bright whites. And the soft whites are the ones, personally, that I'm all about.
Here, here.
Because that is the traditional, wonderful, warm glow, the inviting glow. So tonight, it's really easy. Just get both. I mean, why not? So if you've got the place where you really want the bright light, like in your kitchen areas where you're doing a lot of work, or you want that romantic light, you've got the option of both. If you love the traditional warm, soft light, this color matches it. That's what I was so excited about, because now the confusion is completely over. But we're doing this for the first and only time, potentially this whole year. Do you know, because we've never done it as a today's special, we don't even have it planned to come back for the rest of the year. And tonight's your stock up moment. Our price is $8.30 per bulb, compared to out at retail $12.66. And while you certainly pay a little bit more tonight than you would on traditional lights, this is going to last you for 22 and a half years per bulb.
And Suzanne, I'm with you. When you go to the big box retailers, you feel like you need an electrical degree.
Oh,
you know, like
crazy.
An engineering degree to try and
lumens.
discern.
Do you know you have to understand lumens
Kelvins
to be able to
and lumens
Kelvins
and lumens
to be able
and
to figure out the lights in the store?
It's crazy. But here we get to bring these lights to life, live on television, so you can really see the difference. And it is extraordinary, the difference. It's not a small amount. It's not 15, 20, 25%. It's an 85% savings. And once again, the reason incandescent bulbs lose so much energy is because of the heat. Do you remember when you were a little girl, maybe? A few ladies out there, and you had a little toy oven? And you could bake in it? You know why you could bake in it? Because these lights are 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's all it was. It was a light bulb, right? Remember? Well, I'm not going to touch this. This is a traditional incandescent light bulb, and this is our Whirlpool LED. Now, I'm going to take its temperature live on the air with one of these really sexy laser thermometers that all the chefs use now.
So
there you go.
375
I could
degrees.
bake cookies. I could do my meatloaf recipe in this thing. This because it's just cash in the trash, right? So now I'm live on air. I'm going to take the temperature of our LED. It's 96 degrees.
Wow.
That is a remarkable difference. And you can touch it. You want to touch it? Go ahead and touch it.
Oh, I have no worries.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to keep my hand on it. I'm going to keep it screwed in. I will literally keep my hand on it.
Now, we also have an energy meter live on the air. Okay? Now, these are both the equivalent of a 60-watt, very soft, very flattering light bulb that we're used to. Okay, so take a look over here at the incandescent, right over here on this side, guys. There's 60 plus. So they're saying it only uses 60 watts. It's actually 60 and a half, pretty much, right? So you're just wasting money. Now take a look at this. Now again, same light, right? Same identical light. Take a look at this energy meter. Can you guys see that at home?
Huh.
It's less than 9 watts, which is what we advertise because that's what Whirlpool does. Quality in the bulb before the name goes on the package. They have such exacting standards that exceed the industry standards and the UL requirements. And that's why they're better than even advertised.
And I think, Carrie, too, if you are, oh, this is the big one. I love this.
This is
your meter, when you think about all the lights you have in your house, and if you had every light in the house on right now, if it was a traditional old-fashioned light, that meter, is flying.
And the average home in the United States of America is 40 fixtures. So there's 40 bulbs on when you have every light on in the house. That's 40. So if you replaced all your light bulbs, that's over $5,000 in savings if you got the equivalent of about 6 packs of these tonight, or if you get on that auto ship stuff.
Crazy.
I mean, $5,000.
Yeah, auto ship, you'll be able to gradually change out all your lights as you need them. Also, too, where would you store 150 traditional light bulbs? I don't have enough room for all these dumb light bulbs in my house, and I don't want the bill anymore. That's why I've switched over, but I will tell you the confusion has been, what color? What color do I need? Which one do I buy? It is a maze. And even the hardware stores know that, so they're trying to simplify it, and you still can't figure it out. You're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because we all know we want to switch over, but you don't want to buy it the wrong color or the wrong light. This one is the right light, and we have both color choices. We have the bright white, which again, those are for areas where you really want to see. I mean, both of them have beautiful light. Mine is the soft white. If I were buying for my house, I love the soft light, and I want it in every room. That's kind of my personal choice. But tonight, you have both options. The only thing you have to remember is it's only a one-day offer. These on FlexPay come down to a little over $12, and that's any major credit card. That's also for today only. And guess what? We're even going to ship the darn things for free. So you save even more money than the $700 that they equate to in terms terms of the amount of bulbs you'd have to change throughout the life of these bulbs with traditional bulbs. So there's a lot to get to. Also, Carrie, I want you to talk about dimmability.
Dimmability,
This is another thing you don't realize. You might have those dimming controllers and you've not changed your light bulbs to LED because you weren't sure. And there's a ton of the new LED light bulbs that do not dim.
Yep.
That's an important feature
so
that this does.
Here's your standard incandescent. Obviously, it's very wasteful. They'll shatter, super hot, all of that stuff, and they cost you tons of money to operate. But
they do dim.
They do dim, right? And there's that. Now over here is your CFL. Remember, it's a fluorescent light, bulb that they just turned into like a little corkscrew.
That awful thing,
right? Yeah. But the problem is you can't really dim it. In fact, when you try to dim it, it starts freaking out on you. I don't know if you guys can see this at home. It's like a disco ball.
Right.
It starts going crazy. And it will also upset the other lights on that same circuit. And it just doesn't work. I'm trying to dim it. It doesn't. It just goes off.
Look, he's just trying to get it just dimmed down. And
the other part of these too is when you first turn them on, they take about 30 seconds to warm up before you get any light. I mean, I don't even want that out of, my cell phone doesn't do that anymore. My iPad doesn't. I don't do that. But then here is our hero. This is all the way down to nothing, all the way up. I mean, that's the beauty of these bulbs because you can dim with the Whirlpool LED.
And this is so significant because that's another mistake you make. You just finally get that bulb, you go home, you go, LED is the way to go, I'm in. And then you go, wait, my dimmer doesn't work anymore. And you're like, oh my gosh, which one dims? Ours will dim. They're turn on, turn off, or they're dimmable. Again, that's a really big differentiation. And look at the uplighting I now have. Isn't this lovely?
It's very attractive.
That's how pretty the light is.
That's what all the news anchors want. They want
That's
that
right,
uplighting. And it's to your point. You know, this has taken so much research. They have 70 research and development facilities around the world, Whirlpool does. And they wanted that flattering, that soft, comfortable light, and that's exactly what they got with these. We want to show you that videotape again. And this illustrates the life of the bulb in concert with the life of a young child. So here's Grace. She comes home from the hospital. She's a little baby. She's a couple of days old. Then she's a toddler. Now, you notice how the room is changing, but the light over her picture is the same. That's the Whirlpool LED light. And then as she grows up, she becomes a teenager. Notice how all the decor changes in the background, and then she goes off to college, and it's the same light bulb. We were talking about this the other day with Brett, who has his son is Jack is 1. And he said, gosh, you know, I will not have to replace this light bulb until after Jack graduates from college. And think about those high up lights, never ever having to go up there for another 2 decades, or those multi-fixture lights where one goes out and the other one goes out. Because an incandescent light bulb, the standard light bulb lasts about 11 months. So we're kind of chasing our tail here, especially if we have an apartment, condominium, or home that has the average of about 40 different light bulbs in it. It's nauseating. It's crazy. And if you get to the big box stores, it's almost impossible to figure out what's going on. And that's what we're doing here tonight.
Sorry, I'm about to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, another big thing. I'm as frugal as the day is long. I mean, I'm a scrapbooker, and if I have like one piece of ribbon that long, I'm saving it because daggone it, I'm going to use it. We like to leave lights on when we travel. We like to leave lights on overnight when we're out of the house. We want lights on all the time because we want to look like somebody's at home. When we travel especially, it makes us really nervous to leave a traditional old light bulb on because it gets so darn hot. And we don't want that burning and burning and burning, and it costs us a fortune to do that. Well, with the new LEDs, I leave every light on I want when we travel because I know it's just sipping the energy and they're not getting super hot. So I don't have to worry about them overheating or something happening to my lamp or something terrible happening. And then I'm not obsessed with the idea that, oh my gosh, my electric bill is going to be a fortune when I get home from a trip simply because I've kept lights on. So remember your dad, my dad, and Carrie, was your dad like this? My dad was like, why didn't you turn the lights off?
Oh, totally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You left a room, that light was going off. Why? My dad was a frugal guy. He knew how to save money. Quit spending all the money burning lights. You don't have to. Do you know what's really nice about these? Who cares?
Right.
Like, I leave every light on I want. And I feel better when I come home at night and it's late and I've got lights on in my house instead of being a dark home. So just think about that as well. If you love to leave lights on, whether you just enjoy it or you're traveling and you like the security feeling of it, you never have to worry about these. I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah, and I know we don't have that much time left in this presentation, but I want to go back over why incandescent bulbs will no longer exist, because the federal government mandated that we're not going to bring them in anymore because it's just too wasteful. And it was a, it was a law that was passed, and this is why. I'm going to take the temperature of this light bulb right here live on the air, and let's see, it's well over 300 degrees. This is 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why when you had a little toy oven when you were a little kid, you could bake in it because you can literally bake At 375 degrees, of course you can. Now the same exact laser gun live on the air, 96 degrees. We got the same exact readings as we got earlier.
Wait, and I'll hold this
and you
too.
can touch it. You can totally touch it. You touch this bulb, you're gonna get second-degree burns.
And
ever reach into an oven and grab a pan that you had in there?
It's right there.
And it really burns your hand? Because that oven's at 375 degrees. Now more importantly, and this is over the course of 20 years, 22.8 years, here is where the rubber meets the road in cost efficiency and energy savings, which is real dollars back in your pocket. This is the incandescent bulb. This is 375 degrees. It's wasting 90% of all of its energy, and there is what it's consuming over the actual printed 60 watts that they advertise. Now here is the Whirlpool LED light right next to it, emitting the exact same warm, comfortable light. Look at that, 8.2. So that's less than the 9 watts that Whirlpool advertises. Now you amortize that over the course of 2 decades, and the 1 6-pack tonight, the today's special will save you over $700. If you got 1 bright and 1 soft, that's $1,400. If you replaced all 40 bulbs in your house, that's over $5 grand in savings, in real energy savings.
So you get 5 of the 9 watts, which are the equivalent to a 60-watt traditional bulb. You get 1 of the 6-watt, which is equivalent to the 40-watt traditional bulb. All of that for $10 more than our 3-pack. We have a 3-pack right now that's $39.95 on hsn.com from Whirlpool.
Yep.
It's LED, it's fine, it's great, but it's $39.95. We double the offer, but we do not double the price. So here's your chance to be able to get the first time we've ever offered LEDs as of today's special. It's a totally exclusive configuration. All you're doing is choosing, do you want the bright white or the soft white? They're both beautiful and bright. It's just what do you need? For me, I'm a soft light girl. That's the bulb I want. I want it to look as similar to my traditional light bulbs as I can get, and that we finally found in this configuration. And there's a good look at it. The book too. Explain what we're seeing here.
Okay,
on the left, that's the bright white.
Right. Yeah. So this is pretty simple. Right here is oh, that's not live. This is a still shot. I thought that was real. Okay. Yeah. So the bright is on the left, and that's perfect for task-oriented lighting. And we talk about reading when you're in the kitchen, or you're in the laundry room, or the crafting room, or in your hobby shop, or in your office. And you definitely want to get a pack of those. And then on the right is the more mood lighting for the dining room, for the living room, for the den, the TV room, the bedroom. Absolutely. And to think about right there, if you bought 2 of those, 1 of each, that's over $1,400 in energy cost savings over the course of 2+ decades. And I love the idea, if you come back here again, 1 of these bulbs, well, actually, let me get the right one. 1 of these represents 25 of the incandescent bulbs. So with the today's special, it's a 6-pack. It's 150 of these bulbs, and times that by trips to the supermarket, to the big box store, and these will shatter. The cleanup is a nightmare, and they only last about 11 months. So you're constantly replacing these. You're just always going to the store and replacing these, and you're getting up on a ladder, taking your life into your own hands. We're better than that. This is the 21st century, for heaven's sakes, and this is a company that's been around for over 100 years. There's a Whirlpool product in 44 million American homes, and I'm so proud and honored to represent it. And it's just so smart. We are better than this, and that's why we passed a law as a country saying we're not going to bring these incandescent bulbs into the country anymore. The 75 watts and the 100 watts, you can't find these bulbs anymore. And the 40 and the 60s are going away. You won't be able to buy them. So now's the time to upgrade to the future with Whirlpool.
And by the way, I had to turn this one dimmer off because it was flickering and it was driving me crazy. And really, if you're sensitive to lights, or maybe you tried LEDs a couple years ago. I read a really interesting study. These guys go to a big lighting event where everybody's showing their latest LEDs, and they said the enhancements over the last 5 years are so dramatic. So if you were kind of turned off by the ones that were available 5 years ago, welcome to Whirlpool tonight and what they've done. It's dramatically different. Also, too, if you said, well, how many of those lights are out around your home that you simply don't want to get to because you got to pull the ladder out, and every day you walk in and say, that chandelier is driving me crazy, or that light's driving me crazy. Honey, would you please grab the ladder and let's change it out? Can you imagine, grab the ladder, change all the lights out, do it one time, and for maybe the rest of your life, you'll never have to change that bulb again. You'll never be annoyed by it. And it always consistently has this beautiful, bright light that really envelops your environment in your home. That's what the LED lights are all about, and that's what Whirlpool's done. They've advanced the technology. They've made it so easy, and tonight we've given you a phenomenal value. Is it more expensive than a traditional old light bulb? Yeah, but you've got to think about the savings in the long run. When I flick on a light now in my house, I don't worry about it anymore because I know it's not eating through my dollars out of my wallet or purse simply because my electric bill is going to go a skyrocket when I take a trip. You turn it on, you really don't care because you know it's just barely sipping electricity, and yet it's giving you this full, rich, amazing light. I think this new technology from Whirlpool is so beautiful. No matter what color you get plenty of light. It's not like a light alternative, right, and you can barely see anything.
It's flattering, soft, comfortable light. I mean, again, I encourage you to get both. Get the soft and the bright because you have task lighting and mood lighting. And if we have I know we have 2 minutes left. I want to do that. Can we do the heat thing again really quickly with the energy?
Absolutely.
Because this is really what it's all about, in that these things are over 350 degrees Fahrenheit when they're on for any given period of time. And you can see that says nothing on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and just hit the top of it. And it keeps coming in at like 300. Look at this. This is crazy. It's getting hotter. It's 377 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you touch this, you're going to get a second-degree burn. And then we'll just take, this should be right in the 90s someplace, because it's been on for a while. So 97 degrees, and I completely can touch it. I can put my hand right on it. If I do that here, I'm going to burn myself. Most importantly, and this is over the course of 2 decades, real dollars back in your pocket. This is a 60-watt bulb. Take a look at this energy meter. This is live. This is what this is drawing. They're both plugged in. This is drawing over 60 watts here on the left. And this one is drawing less than 9 watts. Now imagine that over the course of 22.8 years. There's your Whirlpool. It's just, you get 60 watts of illumination, but for just 8.2 watts.
And next time, guys, I'd love to turn the lights down to show that shot, to be honest with you, only because we have a lot of lights in the studio, and I think it's doing a disservice to how gorgeous this Whirlpool lamp is, and these lights are, excuse me. So we'll do that next time if you can hang out and see it on the next presentation, because it really is, it's beautiful lighting. It's the lighting you've been waiting for. It's the answer. We end the confusion because there's so many choices out there. And it's simple. With FlexPay, it costs a little over $12. We'll spread your payments out over 4 months, and you get 30 days to really try them out. If you don't love them, you can send it back for a full refund. We've added free shipping. The 4 FlexPays is easy. That's any major credit card or even PayPal. You can take advantage of Flex. But what you do want to do is get the offer because it's only for today. So it's valid today only, and then at midnight, everything changes when we launch my Fitbit, which I have coming up tomorrow night at midnight. I'm doing a lot of these, so if you want to get a bright idea, Fitbit, it's great. And of course, get bright lights, you can get our today's special from Whirlpool.